we're gonna see the Dark Crown in action with the most easiest dragon spam strategy. So let's dive in and see how we crush the bases. Alright guys, here we are and this is the army. As you can see, very simple. So a quick introduction of the army itself. We got the minion prince with the Dark Crown and the Phoenix, of course, the kind of the best combination, but soon I will bring you a video which is a very decent one as well. Warden with the healing tome with the dragons, it works really well. Queen with the giant arrow and the action figure. If you don't have the action figure or you don't have it upgraded, healer puppet also works really well. And then for the RC we have the rocket spear to try to snipe those buildings, and sometimes you just have to watch out so the RC doesn't die through ability in case you missed to pop it. Now for the main army we do have one Inferno Dragon to funnel, one dragon you can also use to funnel, some Rockaloons in case there is a back end air defense or just a quick air defense takedown on the sides of the base. We got the double clone Yeti bombs and 2 skeleton spell which we're gonna use for our queen and royal champion, 4 freeze and a rage, which the rage gets used for the Yeti blimp. So a quick introduction and let's just dive into the text. So first up we have this space right here from myself, a core town hall that does not give too much Yeti blimp value around it. Now I know after the update this army might not be working because of the Warden Eternal Tome rework, so we're just gonna have fun with it right now whilst we can. Going with the Warden ability, we missed half of the dragons, but you know what, I was doing the most casual dragon approaches that anyone has ever seen because I'm not a dragon attacker. Now notice I did have skeleton spell to tank the monolith. You don't really want to have the queen on this side because there was a multi inferno and the skeletons will be useless, and this is where the magic happens. The skeletons, those kind of dragons, everything dying will make sure the minion prince itself is super strong by the time he reaches the back end of the base and even sometimes halfway through. Now I actually forgot on this army I have rocket spear with my RC and we're diving into enemy king, so you need to pop it earlier. Okay, now the good thing is when the RC goes with the dragons you obviously get those kind of protection from the skeleton traps on the air. And look at the minion prince, man. Unfortunately he's in the kind of the tornado, but he did a solo act on the lower side of the base, meanwhile not even being inside Warden ability, so he was just completely outside doing its own thing. This base got absolutely crushed. Now we're gonna move on to the next because I actually prepared few major different style of bases so you can see how everyone can go down. So we have an Invis Rage combo, something that you see a lot in Legends, and don't worry, we're gonna crush it right here. Now you always want to go from a side of the bases because you can always take down the other sweeper and go behind the other one. Going with the Warden ability, again skeleton spell in an area where the queen will have nicer path. This area had a multi and a kind of the monolith, it would be not ideal for the queen around that, and again we have DRC with the queen. Going now with that kind of, I would say, freeze spell is your major thing. Make sure you freeze monolith, make sure you freeze minion prince if you need to, like the enemy minion prince, enemy queen, or kind of air defenses, whichever gives you the best value. And just look at the base, how crushing it becomes. It's crazy how this army is so simple. It's actually funny. You don't have a crazy fireball approach. We don't have a crazy what do you call it, a warden walk into furthest that you have to really focus. You don't have no long RC charges that you need to really focus on the fox and the timing. Guys, we're literally dropping the queen, dropping the Inferno Dragon, and drag spamming the middle. It's crazy. You don't even need funnel with this army. And the minion prince, man, I cannot say enough about him. Obviously the kind of equipment itself, it's not broken, it's actually quite balanced in my opinion. And obviously there are better equipments, and some people might be yeah, it's not epic, to be honest, it can be better. Well, if it was a bit stronger, they would have been everyone would be yeah, nerf it down. If it's weaker, they would be buff it up. But now it's in a perfect area where you can actually use it and just have fun. Up next, I wanted to bring you a base where the rage towers are quite further from the town hall, so you can't really get the good clone value. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you about the queen itself, look at this. Again, it's about where you deploy the queen. Whenever this is a box space, you want to have the queen majorly further from the multi-infernos, because firstly, if you got healers, sometimes she might not have access to the multi-inferno because we don't have wall breakers, and secondly, because of the monolith on this side, the multi-inferno doesn't allow us to deploy skeleton spell. But the other side, we got so many point defenses, And the town hall does annoy, but the queen has access to it with the open walls, and you can have the RC with the headhunter with her to try to get it. And now we have the dragons again in between them. So I have an inferno dragon, some dragons here. Just look at the funnel. No funnel is set, to be honest. We're just spamming the middle, blimp, and the warden ability for that town hall. Just make sure you have the clone yeti blimp prepared. Just don't deploy too early, okay? You might catch a tornado and the blimp goes further from the kind of the clone spell. Now, all it comes down to is your free spell placement. Obviously, you can freeze enemy heroes, as I said, or rage towers and fire spitters. In this case, it's a back-end raged up fire spitter that we're just not caring too much. Minion Prince at its best right now, just crushing through, and you can see how if every dragon right now dies, you can still freeze everything and finish the base with your RC queen and the Minion Prince. But guess what? We got like 7 dragons. That's the crazy part. I'm telling you, this army is the easiest. It's might not be the best because obviously it's quite early during this event and during the kind of release of this equipment. So I will try my best to bring you as many strategies and the best methods to use it as possible, but giving you guys a free, like not free, sorry, kind of what you say it, a easy army really early on. That's what I mean. It's the most simplest way I can put it for you, like a spam army, dragons, and of course air, because this equipment works really well with air. I wouldn't suggest it if you're a ground attacker to completely switch to air just because of one equipment and upgrade it to level 27. It's not gonna be worth it. Obviously, these epic equipments are also good at level 21 if that is going to be one of your questions, but I think level 18 could also work too. So if you have the ores, go for it, and if you're a dragon attacker, definitely go for it. But we're gonna move on to one last hit and see how I tripled it. Now we have a base style here that actually is defending very well in wars and of course hard mode for me. And in hard mode, I think it just got tripled out of 100 attacks, maybe all ladder stage and everything. Like, this base is being crazy. And one thing you're gonna see, these bases are in wars and CWO. You won't see this style in legends just because it's not popular and it doesn't work too well in Legends League. But I wanted to bring it to you in case you want to hit it and hit other styles similar to it, like a diamond style, which the town hall is quite isolated. And you can see how again we didn't go for any funnel. I know the bases nowadays are crazy, the way they deploy like those defenses around the base, and you're like, where do I send my RC, where do I fireball, what to do? Guys, just don't do too much, don't think too much. Look how easy it is. We got so many dragons. Of course, some of my air traps are on this side of the base as well, so I don't have to go through them with the warden ability. Just like a little trick, you know, if you are friendly challenging yourself. I know the trap, so I'm gonna go opposite side of the traps, so I actually kind of get into the trap to show you it's actually going to be such a powerful army. We have 2 free spell, we got the Minion Prince ability, which we did not need, and some Rocket Loons for the back end. You can of course keep the queen alive if you wish to, just depending on how much value she can get for you on the back end. Just see, is it worth it, like, to drop your spells for it or not? You can drop it for your Minion Prince, or guess what, just swag it. I mean, tell me if you found an easier army with the Dark Crown. Obviously, this army is insane. It probably will also work without the Dark Crown, but the Dark Crown just makes it so much better in case the Minion Prince goes solo or just behind your dragon, absolutely crushing this space from the back end. I told you that this might not be the best army, but it's definitely one of the powerful army out there, and also one of the easiest to execute without actually needing too much overpowered kind of, I would say, equipments. It can work with your RC with the Hog Puppet and Haste Vial, whichever levels you have better. It can work with the simple Healer Puppet and the Giant Arrow. You don't need to have the giant action figure. So obviously, as I said, the army is very simple to use, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let us know down below what else you want to see, and if you have any suggestions for the Dark Crown army, let us know. Maybe we can use it and give you guys the video. Hopefully we'll see you soon in the future. Take care and peace.